Hey, thanks for joining us for the Weekly Word Outdoor Adventures, and thanks for joining us for a day at Red Clay. This is all the different things. We showed you a little video footage of the Blue Hole and the Eternal Flame and the blacksmith shop, but this is my favorite place here at the park personally. This is a replica of a typical Cherokee homestead from early 1800s, and it is a replica, but they did a pretty good job of replicating it. I appreciate looking at the old dovetail right here. I mean, that was a nice craftsmanship, the way you lock the logs with the dovetail design so well here, made it really tight. You can still see the broadaxe marks on the logs. I always look at that on the old original things, if you're fortunate enough to see any from back then, where a guy was standing up on the log and a giant broadaxe, and he was splitting that rail apart to make him a square log. And then of course got the nice rock chimney here. And I wouldn't say this is exactly a typical Cherokee homestead. This would have been more of a upper class Cherokee homestead, because this is really a fine home to me. We got some footage for you of some of the things inside the spinning wheel, the bed, and etc. But I could feel perfectly fine living in this home here in the 21st century. In fact, as I looked in, I thought there's more square footage there than there is my little cabin that I live in now. And about the only thing different I would change about it is I'd put more efficient doors and windows on it. And instead of just the old-fashioned fireplace that you can't keep enough wood fed in, I would box that in and put a wood heater in front of it and pipe it into the chimney there, and it would be perfectly fine. In fact, back in its day, 200 years ago, I would have said whoever lived in that lives in a mansion. And it's kind of like just as beauty's in the eye of the beholder, I guess your perspective of a mansion is in the eye of the beholder too. But for most folks back then, they would look at a place like this and say, man, that's a nice place, and that guy, he lives in a mansion over there. And today, a lot of people would look at this and they wouldn't call it a mansion. That's something else coming to their eyes, in their mind. But whatever it is, it was a nice dwelling place. And I don't know what a mansion in heaven's going to be like, but it's going to be a nice dwelling place. In the 14th chapter of John, the Lord says, in my Father's house are many mansions, or many places, many dwelling places. And he said, I'm going to prepare a place for you. And he's talking to his people. And I hope that by grace through faith, you know that you're one of the Lord's people, because this life is fast and it's gone, but eternity's forever, and I'm looking forward to it. See you next week on the Weekly Word, Lord willing.